So these charges were filed 10th of June 2020 by the 7th Judicial District, Fremont County. Madison County Prosecuting Attorney Rob H. Wood, 159 East Main Street, Rexburg, Idaho, address of the Fremont County Court. Headed in the District Court of the 7th Judicial District of the State of Idaho, in and for the County of Fremont Magistrate Division. It then has the case number and the plaintiff, of course, Chad Guy Daybell, 202 North, 1900 East, Rexburg, Idaho, 83440. Of course, that was a property where the human remains were found. The Madison County Prosecuting Attorney's Office, having submitted, pursuant to Idaho Criminal Rule 3, the sworn affidavit of Detective Ron Ball of the Rexburg Police Department, who complains and alleges the defendant, Chad Guy Daybell, 202 North, 1900 East, Rexburg, Idaho, 83440, committed the following crimes. Count 1, destruction, alteration or concealment of evidence. A felony, Idaho Code 182603, punishment up to 5 years imprisonment and or up to a $10,000 fine. That the defendant, Chad Guy Daybell, on or between the 22nd day of September 2019 and the 9th day of June 2020 in the County of Fremont, State of Idaho, did willfully conceal and or did aid and abet another to willfully conceal human remains, knowing that said human remains were about to be produced, used and or discovered as evidence in a felony proceeding, inquiry and or investigation authorized by law, with the intent to prevent it from being so produced, used and or discovered. Count 2, destruction, alteration or concealment of evidence. Same felony code, same punishment up to 5 years imprisonment and or up to a $10,000 fine. That the defendant, Chad Guy Daybell, on or between the 8th day of September 2019 and the 9th day of June 2020 in the County of Fremont, State of Idaho, did willfully destroy, alter and or conceal human remains, and or did aid and abet another to willfully destroy, alter and or conceal human remains, knowing that said human remains were about to be produced, used and or discovered as evidence in a felony proceeding, inquiry and or investigation authorized by law, with the intent to prevent it from being so produced, used and or discovered. All of which is contrary to the form, force and effect of the statute in such cases made and provided, and against the peace and dignity of the state of Idaho. Said complainant therefore prays that a warrant be issued for the arrest of the said Chad Guy Daybell, and that he may be dealt with according to the law. It's dated 10th day of June 2020, signed by Rob H. Wood, the Madison County Prosecuting Attorney, and signed by the magistrate. Now, people may have picked up on this when this list of charges was first made available to the public. It was noted the dates on the charges: 8th of September was the last time that Tylee Ryan was seen in Yellowstone National Park, with her mum, and the 22nd day of September was the last day that Joshua Vallow was last seen. So those were very indicative dates, although obviously they didn't announce at the time whose human remains were found. Some people may have put two and two together there. Of course, we now know, tragically, that both remains, it's been confirmed by family that the remains found were those of Tylee Ryan and Joshua Vallow. So after the court hearing yesterday, after Chad was presented with these charges, the judge ordered or set bail at $1 million, and should Chad meet bail requirements, then he's only allowed to live in 4 counties within Idaho. He has to let the court know where he's living, and he has to be permanently wearing an ankle monitor. So this whole case has raised a whole plethora of questions, and particularly with the grim discovery in the last couple of days, people are starting to ask questions of why the children weren't found sooner, and I suppose we're just gonna have to wait and try and find out the answers to that. The search warrant remains sealed. I know that they have to ensure that any evidence they do find is obtained legally, because if it's not, there is potential that it can be thrown out of court. So possibly that could have something to do with it. It does appear that they have been given specific information in the last few days of where to find the children, but as yet we can't be certain where that's come from. Now, Lori Vallow, of course, Chad's wife, she's also in an Idaho prison. She's also on a $1 million bond. She has been charged already with various charges, including child abandonment, obstructing an investigation, contempt of court, and soliciting a crime. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of excuses this couple come up with. They're obviously believed to be in some kind of Doomsday cult. Chad has published apocalyptic novels. He's done podcasts on the subject, and he's reportedly in the past said that a lot of his children have been dark spirits and zombies and possessed. So, like I say, who knows what kind of excuses they're gonna come up with, or what kind of story they're gonna concoct to try and cover their tracks. Are they gonna turn on each other? I have no idea really how this is gonna pan out, but you will be the first to know, of course, on this channel. So please stay tuned for any future updates, and thanks for listening.